veterano, old family first, fam. Taught the world to swing that double-edged sword, it works, fam. BJJ from GJJ, like Cool Herc gave birth to what your DJ plays. But despite the lineage, I will never be closed-minded. Refuse to see beyond the lines, you go blind. Rocker travels the 10th planet, I flow free. I'm welcome on mini-mats, gi to no gi. Though my branch traces roots to the original tree. Roots sprouted from the original seed. Water with blood, sweat, and gin, spotlight with sunlight.
Hi, my name is Akins, and I'm going to show you guys how I use my weight during the cross-side or side control position. And the goal for me here is to basically control him from being able to turn on his side, and control his shoulders from coming off the ground. So I usually like to put my chest on his chest so that my sternums kind of form a T. Elbow is going to be on this side of his head, and my hand here is basically to prevent him from being able to put me in the guard. So I always put my hand stretched out by his leg. Okay. So if I'm on my knees, all the weight's on my knees, and I want to apply my weight on my opponent. So what I'm going to do now is I keep my knees bent, and I'm slowly just going to lift my knees off the ground. Okay. So in this position, even though my hands are here, I want to make sure that I don't have any weight in my hands. So you can see my elbow is very light on the ground. Okay. I'm going to be up on my toes, and I want to make sure that my hips are above my shoulders, because I always want my weight coming down on my opponent. If my hips become low, now what I do is I relieve the pressure, so it's easier for him to turn on his side, right? And I lose my connection with him. So I won't be able to follow him if he tries to move away from me. So I want to be here on my toes, hips above my shoulders, weight coming down, and my hands, you can see my hands are free. So in this situation now, I have my hands available to help me if he maybe puts his arm in front of my face and I want to attack it, or if I want to go for his neck, to bother his neck, to set things up. I have my hands available, right? So this hand blocking the guard, up on my toes, weight coming down on my opponent. All right? And this is the basic of how you use your weight from the cross side. So here are a couple attacks from the cross side that become available since your hands are free now and you don't have to worry about holding your opponent with your arms. So a very simple one is here. If he pushes on my hip, right, I can always pluck with this arm. My hand will come over. I'm going to switch my hip, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to step over his head with my foot, slide my heel in tight, okay, and now I just pinch my elbow and put my hip in. So this happens a lot when people are trying to create distance. You're trying to push you off. Anytime I feel this on my hip, I just turn my hip and I pluck his arm. Okay, slide my leg forward, step, make sure my heel is tight, and then all I'm going to do is pinch my elbow to my side, put my hip in if I need. So that's a very easy attack. I'm here again, cross side. This hand ever comes in front of my face, so a lot of times guys will put this in. So I can already secure it, slide my arm underneath. I have an Americana, right? If he puts it down, I have my arms available for a Kimura, if his hand comes down here, right? Or down here, when it's on my neck, I can use this hand to secure and step over his head and go for the straight arm lock here. So what's nice about this is my hands are available to help me, and my weight is doing the job of keeping him under control, right? I can even come here and bother the neck, because now when he goes to push my elbow, right, go push my elbow, gives me the attack on this arm. So you can see there's a lot of options available, and your arms are free to help you a lot when you're maintaining the cross side like this.
Just swing that double-edged sword, it works, fam. BJJ from GJJ, like Cool Herc gave birth to what your DJ plays. But despite the lineage, I will never